Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, March 9th. Cloudy morning here in the I-95 corridor. A bit of drizzle just to the north of the Philadelphia metro region, moving into central New Jersey. Once that little patch of moisture moves off the East Coast, skies will tend to clear this afternoon. It'll turn out to be a relatively mild day up and down the I-95 corridor with 50 degrees quite common later on this afternoon. Now tomorrow will turn out a little bit cooler because clouds will dominate and an area of moisture will produce some rainfall in the area, especially later in the day into tomorrow night. Wednesday looks like quite mild day, perhaps the mildest day of the week. Temperatures way up in the 50s in many locations along the I-95 corridor. Then it turns colder again. Colder air pushes in from the north on Thursday, and that cold push continues into Friday. At the same time, there'll be a lot of moisture developing in the deep south. That will be advancing northward towards the I-95 corridor. The result could be rain or even some snow in parts of the Mid-Atlantic region at the end of the work week and going into the weekend. Well, let's start off by looking at the radar map across the U.S. from the mesonet.org website. All of this precipitation in the form of rain down here in the south central part of the U.S. is headed to the northeast. Now, it'll weaken somewhat. We do not expect a heavy rain event on Tuesday, but nonetheless, there should be some rainfall later Tuesday into Tuesday night, probably the best chance coming tomorrow night as all of this pushes to the north and east. Here's a little batch of drizzle or even freezing drizzle well to the north of Philadelphia early this morning, moving into central New Jersey, northern New Jersey, near New York City. There could be a sprinkle there. All that moves off. Some clearing skies push in from the northwest to the southeast as the day progresses. Well, let's take a look at the upcoming two events. The rain event coming late Tuesday night, and then the rain or snow possibility at the end of the week. We're using tropicaltidbits.com to get the map outputs from the 0Z GFS model run. This is for tomorrow morning. That moisture that we just saw on the radar down over the south central U.S. makes a move to the north and east and is headed right towards the I-95 corridor. Against the morning should be mainly dry, but by later in the afternoon, rainfall should move into first the D.C. metro region, and then by late in the afternoon across Philadelphia. And the most likely time for the rainfall will be early tomorrow night, up and down the I-95 corridor. It'll stay somewhat cooler tomorrow because of all the clouds, and again, the rainfall moving in later in the day and then tomorrow night. And here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening, and at this time it looks like rain all the way from New York City down across the D.C. metro region. Again, not a major rain event, but there should be a decent amount of rain late in the day and especially tomorrow night up and down the I-95 corridor. Well, let's now jump ahead to later in the week. After a very mild day on Wednesday, again, temperatures could jump well up into the 50s, perhaps even a flirtation with the 60-degree mark in the D.C. metro region, for example. This is the forecast map for Thursday morning. A major player here by Thursday, strong, cold, high pressure, makes a return visit to the scene here in southeastern part of Canada. Notice the northerly flow of air up and down the east coast here. Basically cold air pushing in from the north to the south as that high pressure moves in. Meanwhile, at the same time, lots of moisture gathering itself here in the southeastern part of the country. This is again the Thursday morning forecast map. Let's now jump ahead 12 hours. Well, by Thursday night, that high pressure moves a little bit closer to the northeastern U.S. A strong Arctic high, cold air penetrating all the way down the east coast at this time, and even a kind of a damming situation. You can see this little kink here in the pattern, the isobar pattern. That is indicative of cold air penetrating all the way down to the east side of the Appalachian Mountains. At the same time, this area of moisture is slowly pushing to the north and east. Well, this is forecast map for Friday morning. That advancement to the north and east is rather slow here, thanks in part to the cold, dry air at this time that's sitting in place now over northeastern part of the country. Again, this is the Friday morning forecast map. Notice at this time also a little bit of pinks and blues starting to show up here in Southern Virginia, this is snow or a mixed bag of sleet and freezing rain and snow here by early Friday morning. Let's now jump ahead another 12 hours. Well, here we go. This is the forecast map for Friday evening. High pressure still situated up over southeastern Canada. A second very cold high, by the way, just to the west. That'll tend to kind of reinforce this cold push into the northeastern part of the country. Rainfall just now breaking out in central Virginia, but again, some pink showing up here. And this is late in the day on Friday, early Friday night. And by this time, rain or perhaps sleet or even snow could break out up and down the I-95 corridor, especially north and east of the Mason-Dixon line. So kind of a changeable weather pattern for the week. Some clearing skies today with relatively mild afternoon temperatures near 50 degrees. Some rainfall later tomorrow night will keep us cooler for the day on Tuesday. And then spring fever alert for Wednesday as temperatures jump well up into the 50s, perhaps even touching 60 degrees. Colder air then pushes back in on Thursday. At the same time, this moisture slowly advances to the north and east, and there could be rain or even snow or sleet at the end of the work week going into the weekend. We'll, of course, update that as the week progresses. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.